Hi guys. I was actually able to get a cool little item from eBay from the UK nonetheless that I'm not even sure that was sold in Germany as Micro Motor World, but it was sold in the US and in the UK. And as you can see, it says, hopefully you can see it. It says World's Smallest Matchbox on the label. There you go. Uh, and It is actually a Magna wheel. That's what those sets were called. There were four of them. Um, this is set number 3, I think. This is the emergency set. So all of the cars that come with it have to do with the fire department or hospitals or police. And there were 3 other sets, so 4 in total. There was a leisure set, a sports car set, and an exotic set with rather uncommon vehicles. And it always came with 6 different vehicles, and the box was shaped after like a tire, with a cool little silver rim and the black outside. And what was actually a cool feature is this here is a magnifying glass. So you could go on and turn this, and you could magnify the car that was under it. So you see, if I turn it away from this car, it instantly gets smaller. And there's a cool little feature for this. And you can actually, this is also a lid that you could open to get the cars in and out. And this is actually pretty cool. And you could take this with you, and there was always a free slot where the magnifying glass sat like this, and you could put another car in that came from another set, but that you wanted to take with you. And actually, the seller was kind enough to add another car that originally didn't belong to the set. Um, it's a little Chevrolet Corvette convertible in yellow. It has, maybe I should point with the screwdriver. It has the Corvette sign on the front. Let's turn it around. It has the Corvette sign here. It has the Corvette sign on the side, and it's in rather good condition. However, the front axle is not working too well. It may be bent or something. Um, Maybe in the future I will make a video on how to open those little things up. They're held in place by 2 little plastic rivets on the bottom, and the axles are actually inside this or behind this little plastic floor here. And I've never done it before, but I think you can pop this off pretty easily without destroying or damaging the car, with a little patience. And I may make a video about that in the future, but for now, the car is pretty neat. It looks pretty good. It isn't too dirty. I have to say, I cleaned all the cars, and I cleaned the actual box after I got it in a soap water with a toothbrush. So they're not that dirty anymore, but we'll get to that later. So the Chevy came as a bonus item. I will put it aside here. And now let's look at the cars that came with this actually. As I said, there are 2 fire cars and 2 ambulances or emergency cars, and I will put the box aside, and 2 police cars. Let's put them here. All right. So let's start from the left. I'll use, since they're so tiny, I'll use my screwdriver to point and not my huge fingers. This is an ambulance car. Let me put it in the middle here. And it says it is just a repaint of the fire truck that we had in the first video. In this case, it's white and it has blue stripes and blue windows, and it says ambulance on the front here. Maybe we can get it to focus. Maybe with 2 hands it will focus on the ambulance. No, not really, unfortunately. They're so small that the camera won't focus too well on them, especially on the white cars. So it says ambulance on the front, and it says EMT on the back, or on the roof. And as I said, it is a Ford Econoline. It's the same model as the one we saw last video. Then we have like a car for a paramedic or for a doctor. It's a Jeep Cherokee. It's rather easy to see by the looks of the front. Hopefully it will focus sometime. That's a bit embarrassing. I have to work on that. Now it focuses okay. So it is like a little Cherokee, and it has a red stripe and it's white. It's in good condition also. It has yellowed. 3 of the cars have yellowed over time, since they're out of white plastic. That's was to be expected. I may try to remove the yellowing with some method I've seen on the internet done on plastic toys. I probably will make a video about it, at least how the cars turned out. If you compare like these 2 cars, hopefully you can see that. This is rather tinted yellow, while this police car is really white. Like exceptionally, like it was a new car. And this is rather yellow. And I don't know if this comes from the sun. Let's try to, yeah, this is good. If it comes from the sun or from smoking, I don't know who had the cars in possession before me. But as I said, I will try to lighten that up in the future. Okay, so we had the Ford ambulance, and we had this little Jeep Cherokee. This here is also a Ford Econoline, but in this case it's a tow truck. No, it has this little hook on the back, but it still has the front grille with the little chrome and Ford logo in the middle. Pretty neat little car. Maybe I can get it to focus on it. Like so. So tiny, it's crazy. But you know, it has the yellow lamps on the top, or orange, more like orange, and it has the same grille with a much bigger fender, like here. It looks pretty cool, and it's also in great shape. Then there is a Fire Ranger pickup, this guy here, which says on the front here, it says Fire Ranger. There we go. It focused for a second, but then it decided otherwise. There we go. It's Fire Ranger, and it's a little pickup with a white stripe. This actually isn't a Ford Econoline. It's not a Ford at all. From the looks of it, and from the grille, and from comparing photos on the internet of cars from the 1990s, it's most probably like a Chevy Impala. Makes sense to me, and I will treat it as such. Well, you see, there always is like the production year or the copyright year down here, 1990. Oh, sorry, 1990, but there never is like on the bigger models like written what kind of car it is, but I'm pretty sure from the grill. If someone thinks otherwise, please comment or email me or something. But I'm pretty sure that's an Impala, and it's pretty neat since we had the fire station in the airport set, if you can remember, and you saw the first video. Um, this is a cool little addition to the fire station. Even the tow truck, I think, is meant to be at the fire station. And then we have two police cars, which are also pretty cool. Typical 80s police cars that you would see in action movies. You know, they have this very edgy outline, and they have police written on the side, and they have the siren. This one has blue writing, and it has a really bulky sort of grille, pretty neat. And the other one actually has black writing, and maybe there you can see the difference even better. One of them is rather yellow, and one of them is pretty light and still pretty white. And I guess, or I would guess, since on the white one, the bottom, the rivets, look rather yellow, and on that one, funnily, the rivets look rather white. I would imagine that this one was laying in the box upside down for a long period of time, and this one was in the right direction, and therefore this one has yellowed on top and this one has yellowed on the bottom, funnily enough. But as I said, I will try to make a video about yellowing these things, and hopefully I will get this to work. So, and of course these are the two same cars with different paint jobs on them, and I wasn't pretty sure what car it is actually, and I mostly judge by the grille. And I looked up some Google photos of police cars from the 80s and 90s. That there's actually, funnily enough, there's actually a Wikipedia article about that, and now from what I think, it's a Chevy Caprice. You know, um, it has like the big bumpers right here. Oh, come on, refocus it. It has like the big bumpers, and like here. Can we get a focus one more time? No, apparently we can't. I'm sorry for that, but the cars are so. Maybe if I put it back here and I can point to it, there are these very prominent bumpers, and the grille is like shaped with stripes horizontally and vertically. And from the cars I found that were used around this time as police cars around the US, the Chevy Caprice actually makes the most sense to me. And this is what I will write in the wiki. Uh, I want to remember you about the wiki once more. Those, of course, will all go into the wiki with pictures and some information like how big they are, how long they are. And actually, I can show you the pretty cheaply made stand I made for the photos I put in the wiki. This is just a cap of a bottle cap, plastic cap, and I put little dents in for the tires to go in, and if you put the car up here, it snaps in place and you can turn it around without it falling off. you know, and you can photograph it from all four sides. It even helps the camera to focus. That's ridiculous. Okay, whatever. So those will go into the wiki, of course, as will the box. And well, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I got another packet today with a lot of stuff, and I'm pretty happy, and I hopefully uh, will get around to making a video about this stuff pretty soon. It's much more cool, mini playsets and more cars, and yeah, this will be the fourth video, and hopefully you're as excited as I am, and hopefully you had fun watching this video with all the emergency cars. And yeah, you can, I would like you leaving a comment. I would be happy if you give me a thumbs up, and I hope you enjoyed it and have fun. Till next time, bye.